Do you guys hear this? Australia will become the first country to ban engineered stone benchtops. Will others follow? A year-long campaign driven by doctors, trade unions, and workers was launched to ban the artificial material as silicosis cases rose among those involved in cutting and handling. The skyrocketing demand for quartz countertops has increased workers' exposure to silica dust, a chemical compound that causes lung damage. It's not only the people who fabricate this quartz countertops, it's also the trade workers who are exposed to this kind of thing. Trade workers who drill holes into the countertops for the kitchen faucets and just cut to fit the size of the countertop. I personally have never drilled through quartz, but I have worked with cement before, which also contains silica dust. So when I post my plumbing content on social media and I'm wearing a respirator, I'm very surprised by how many reactions I get when someone says that I don't need to use a respirator or why wear the respirator. And that is actually a very common thing that I get in my comments. It is so good to wear your respirator in most cases, because if you're consistently being exposed to that toxin over and over and over again, that is obviously going to have a huge impact on your health over time. So when someone says that wearing a respirator is not cool, well, I think it's the new cool, okay? Because who doesn't want their quality of life to be at its best? I mean, I certainly do. So really hope that there could be more action towards this, possibly in Canada as well. I think more people need to know about this, especially if it's causing all these lung issues. Now, I know in the fabricated places where they have it made is definitely a concern because of the high levels and the high concentrations. But with the trade workers, it may be a lower concentration than the fabrication. I'm not quite sure, but it's still a risk because you're being exposed to it over and over and over again, depending on how much countertops that you do. Homeowners, if you are getting quartz countertops, there are other options out there that have a less concentration of silica dust. And also, if you are getting anyone to cut this stuff in your house, you definitely want to be aware of that. Same with asbestos, right? It's the same thing. If a trade worker goes into your house and they suspect there to be asbestos, it's better for an asbestos removal the proper way, because you really don't want to be exposed to those asbestos fibers that last in the air for 70 hours and then you just get sick from it over time. Anyways, this is my awareness thing. There's just so much shit in just about anything these days. It's hard to keep up with the times, But yeah, the more you know, definitely the better, because you could really minimize the risk that you're being exposed to.